Hey everybody, it is Stork from Stork Plays Games, and I'm here to do an unboxing video for you on the Loop from Pandasaurus Games. This is post-Gen Con. I did go for a few days. This is one of the games that I was dying to try out because I'm a big fan of co-ops, as you know from watching the videos. This one just looked really cool with the tower in the middle and the way it put the blocks out. So I stood there for a little bit waiting on my turn to get a demo of Loop. I did. I played I think 2 rounds of it, 1 or 2 rounds of it. Absolutely loved it. Was very happy that I ordered this from my local store. I didn't pick it up there at Gen Con, but I got it like a week later from my local store. I do a lot of my looking at cons and then a lot of my purchasing I just go and order it through the local store here in Indy at Saltier Games, but they got this in for me rather quickly. I did purchase one game at Gen Con. It was Rorschach. I believe Capstone maybe does that one. It's a quick little party game and it is very cool as well. Probably saw pictures of it on my Facebook or Instagram. So what we're going to do today, like I said, we're going to unbox this copy of the Loop. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit while we take a look. So let's switch up here and get this guy open. I cannot wait to play this one. I'll probably do a solo run of this. That's one of the great things about co-ops. You can play solo. This one does play 1 to 4 players. 60 minutes, it says 12 and up. We have our big rule book here. So yeah, you can see that, perfect. Has a little story about Mr. Time. So the premise of this, I believe, is you're time travelers, or he's a time traveler or something, but you're going to different eras in time to try to stop things from happening, which is really cool. Easy setup, good graphics in here, show how to get everything set up. There are there are different scenarios. I do know that from playing and what they told us. So, and this one is cool here. So mission tiles, there are different mission tiles, so you won't ever have the same game because these are kind of random. There are more than you actually need. They could be in different time eras, things like that. So and some card explanations. So let's get out of that. Oh, cool, solo mode. So there's a standalone for solo mode we'll be checking out, as I said earlier. Got a lot of books in here. Operational booklet. So these look to be the scenarios, maybe, yeah. So you can see the Time Prowler is a low complexity. V-Girl is a high complexity. So you got lots of different scenarios. Oh, these are the people you play as. That's right. Rewind. These are your pieces. So this is your special abilities. So these are your characters. That's right. Because I played. I don't remember which one I played. So they all have special abilities. I still think there are scenarios in this somewhere. Maybe this? This mode allows, yeah. So here's a couple different modes. And then, yeah, that's just what they're saying, that this one is really, really hard. And the demo person said he has not seen anybody win this. Doesn't mean that you can't win it. If you've won this one, post it. I want to hear about your game. So post that there. We got our Pandasaurus book. They always throw that in with all the stuff they got coming out. Need assistance, so let's get rid of those off to the side. Alright, so first thing, we have our bag in here. This is for some tiles to draw out, which are, of course, way down here at the bottom. So these guys, these little tokens to draw them out of the bag. And they tell you where they go and then where they need to move to. So let's just get everything out of the box and we'll start there. There's the back of the box. Okay, So we've got our punch board here. Here's more of those tokens that go into this bag. These are, I think, what you put down when you have maybe lost a section. Those, I think they might make up the part of this. I don't know. I don't know what those do. It might be a different scenario that I didn't play. Here's our board. So it goes this way. Your cards can come out this way. There's a place for a deck here, deck here. This tells you 1, 2, and 3. So as your cards deal out, these are those cards. So let's crack them open. Well, these might be those cards actually. Yeah, these are those cards. Come on. So as you play through, there's different upgrades and things that you can get as well. So these are some of those upgrades, and they're really helpful as you get a as you solve one of these. You can get upgrades. So this probably doesn't mean much to you yet, but I assure you they are cool and they are good. And it's just kind of like a deck builder. So excuse me, you're building your deck, and if you can if you can have more of these symbols in your deck, there's something you can loop, and that's why it's called the loop. But you can loop, and then you can refresh these cards all of one symbol. So I did not do a very good job of having the same symbols, but if you can do that, then you can refresh them and use them again in a turn, which is a really powerful thing. So let's open this deck. All right. So this is a few more of these abilities or bonuses to build your deck up with, and that's what I was looking for. So these are the cards from here, and they'll flip over and tell you like where to do things at. So +2 minions if he's there or wherever he is, and destroy something, and it goes in that spot. So you can sort of plan ahead because you know what's in this deck. There's one of each card, but there's also the tower aspect, which we'll get to in a minute, which makes it really difficult to plan ahead. So I don't know what these are. But they go here because that's what that symbol is. So those are the cards, that's the board. This is a very not great video. I can see I'm not doing a great job of explaining it. I swear it's such a fun game though. Alright, and here's the board. So it folds out, and let me try to punch some of this stuff so you can see what, here, this already fell out. So hopefully you can see this. So this might be there, and that would be an objective for us to complete. It'd start like that, and then as we do certain things, we unlock new objectives, and that's how we do them, like this. So if we complete the objective, this goes out, and the one I was showing earlier, where's this guy? Pretty sure if we don't complete the objective and he destroys it, that goes there, or that goes there, to show that we did not do that area. So that's what those are for. So here's some more of those tokens, but this right here makes this guy, which is really the super interesting part of this game. So let's do some construction. Toss that. probably read how to do this, don't you think? Or let's just wing it, see if we can figure it out. We know that these bend. This tower probably goes like this, giving us space in the front, which is room for the cubes to fall out of. Yeah, look at that. No instructions required. This goes in here. Perfect. All right, let's see. So you can see down in there, there's like these teeth all through it. Not all through it, obviously that was cardboard, but at the top to make them bounce different. And there's a little, this is popped out for this hole. So it actually sits in there. I mean, it fall obviously if you shake the board, but see, it's in there. So this turns different spaces. So when this guy right here is facing this spot, it will tell you to turn it to this symbol. And that would mean the middle one is there because that's where he's facing at that point. And then there's certain things that are going to have you drop, which those cards I was showing you will tell you to drop in so many of these plus however many minions are there, which is why it's important to get the minions off the board. So let's say I have to drop in 3 of these, and I drop them in and they come out there. So now 2 of them went here, 1 of them went there, but I couldn't really plan for where those were going. I knew the options were here, but if you get, let's see, more than 3 on these spots, you lose that area. So that's why it is important to not let that happen and clean up these spots as quick as possible. So let's take a look here. This is more objectives. You can see there's quite a few objectives here. No idea what that's for. Maybe that's from one of those scenarios I didn't play. Put that down. More of these. And then these are your character cards. So I'm going to take a second to show those off. So on your turn, move 1 era. Here we go. I think this was the person I played actually, the tree person. Okay. So we'll come back to all those because those are cool too. So this is my little token for this person, the time prowler. So if I'm in here, I can move 1 era on my turn, which would be this way or this way. Most things go clockwise in the game, unless it tells you specifically to go counterclockwise. So that's one kind of rule thing to keep in mind. During your faux phase, after dropping 1, that's this symbol, into the machine, choose 1 that was dropped and remove it before causing vortexes. These are vortexes. So this was a really good one to have, and it gives you the symbols for their starting deck. So everybody has their own starting deck. Now once I move, or once I do my ability, or take my turn, I mean, this flips over to show that I have a low battery, and now I can no longer do anything, and then every turn this refreshes. This wasn't super necessary because we just kind of remembered who took their turn, but it does have that, which is nice just in case. So you do have that. So let's take a look at the rest of the characters. We've got the Robo Finisher 404. I don't even think they had this one out. And that piece. We have the V-Girl, that's a cool one. It's a giant robot. I can't pronounce that. I'm not going to try. This one, Mr. Time, right here. This one was really handy to have too. When I played, we had this one in. So those are your playable characters. You got 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like we have more of this stuff. Like I said, there's so many here, which is what's great, and I can't wait for an expansion to come out to have even more of these, because I feel like that would add quite a bit to the game to have even more options like that. Here are, yeah, these are the scenarios. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. This looks like a job aid. So this tells you what terminology, what all the stuff you can do on your turn. We got 2 more of these. I'll show those again real fast to show you this. So on these, do a loop on 6 different areas. So if I loop in blue, then I would put, so this is over here potentially, and I loop in blue, then I would mark that here. So you're trying to get all these done without losing this area. If I lose this area, all of my progress gets wiped off and I lose this. So not that side, I showed you the side earlier, but all my progress would get wiped off and I would lose it. So there's lots of these, as you can see here, to make the game different and interesting every time you play. So I believe, and like I said, these guys go in here. So these, I didn't really talk about them. So if I pull this, these would be in the bag. So if I pull these out, it's got on the back where it goes. So this one would go here, and this one would go here. And then we flip them over. And these are minions, and to get rid of the minions, I have to get this minion to this era. So it shows you what era you want to get them to. So you have abilities and cards that will move minions different ways. And this one I have to get here. Those were some easy ones. There's some where they'll come out and you have to get it all the way across the board. But you want to get these off, because when those cards come out, not these cards come out, it's gonna say, so take him to this one, add 2 plus the minions. So there's a minion here, so I'd have to put 3 in here already, which is bad. And there we see 2 of them came out here, 1 of them came out there. So we don't want that to happen. We want 0 people wherever this is going to be pointed to get the least amount of red cubes out there. So that is pretty much everything inside the box, other than these things, and I don't know what they do. No idea what that does. Does not seem to fit anywhere really. It's probably scenario stuff, same as this stuff. I don't know what that is either. So, all right, that's it. Let me grab my box here. Everything inside the box for the loop from Pandasaurus Games. Give this one a try. Thank you so much for watching. Come play a game with me, and I'll see you next time.